reason I chose this, of course, I have a preference for the subject, of course, since I myself in a a menopausal or a post-menopausal phase. I think most women who hit 50 are. We also have exceptions of women today who are, Rajni, you can be on mute, off mute. You can unmute yourself also. So the others, yeah, so they are, there was a case just yesterday. I remember a lady sharing, I forget her name, saying that she had menopause at 38. So the incidence of menopause is becoming quite erratic in terms of age. And also the premenopausal symptoms I noticed had something to do with lifestyle disorder. They're not as normal as perhaps what our mothers or our grandmothers faced. And therefore, the subject is even of greater importance. And thirdly, of course, with the kind of busy lives we lead, um, uh, some of these symptoms have started kind of interfering in our lives. So how do we really manage them better? How do we ensure that there were also things traditionally known to women, which today seems to have again been lost. There was a lot of preparation towards menopause, I understand earlier, and this kind of preparation somehow is lost on women today. So keeping all this in mind, I really felt that it was very important to prepare for this phase and the post phase, and also see the connection of lifestyle with it. Very important, lifestyle and generational style, because as generations we are changing the way we lead. Um, we lead busier lives now than we ever did earlier. We are kind of multitasking like never before. We don't seem to be taking rest at 50. I mean, they say that 50s become the is 30 now, because there's so much more activity happening. Women used to retire by the time they were 50. They had their kids, everything was settled. But today they're taking on careers at 50, and they go on like till much later. So a lot of things happen at around 45, 50, and I think women who are around this age will probably tell you that they are more active than they ever were. There's a second or the third careers which are happening at this stage. So and it's also it's a peak time for a lot of women at this point of time. So that's why it was important that we pick this up. I have been in a yoga shibir for the last couple of days, and I'm really exhausted. Although regenerated, I think mentally I'm regenerated, but physically quite exhausted. We've been having very strenuous yoga. We also had this detox thing called Shank Prakshalan yesterday. I'll share about it later. And today we learned Jal Niti, etc. But it was like really tough. I think it's a cutting edge of yoga we were doing today. So I'm kind of stressed, and that's the other thing I realized, that by the time you hit 50, your body has become so inflexible, and things which you have missed doing earlier when you were 30, 35, 40, getting them at 50 is not that easy. I was seeing that the way I was stretching, it was difficult, but the younger people were even finding it more difficult, some of them. So that kind of was a little reassuring. But so having said that, um, I'm really looking forward to having Dr. Rajni Modi with us. She has been part of the Living Without Medicine Mumbai platform. She's been a massive contributor. I mean, I would say she's probably among the top 3 contributors we have in our platform. And I really am deeply grateful to her that she's got an extremely educative, orientation. She's able to respond to people just on time with their issues. And her orientation as a nutritionist and as an obesity consultant have kind of are towards lifestyle rather than trying to do a pat solution, which a lot of dietitians and nutritionists today give. So I love her approach. I think it's so aligned with Living Without Medicine, and it's really an honor to have you here, Dr. Rajni. That's all I can say right now. You are muted right now, Dr. Rajni, so you need to unmute yourself. Yeah,
thank you, Gauri ji, for that.
So most welcome, and let's get started.
Yeah. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So, am I audible now?
Very perfect.
Okay. So, let me first introduce myself. I'm Dr. Rajni Modi, clinical dietitian and obesity consultant from Mumbai. I did my bachelor's in Ayurveda, followed by a post graduation in clinical nutrition and dietetics, and advanced in obesity management. I'm a firm believer that whatever we are is because of the food we eat and because the lifestyle we inhibit. So that reflects in my approach, in my protocol, in treating my clients, my patients, healthy lifestyle management and healing with food. So that was all about me. And now straight away, without a pause, let us come to my topic, that is menopause. ओके सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो आज की टेक अवे लाइन है वो यही है कि मेनोपॉज कोई डिजीज नहीं है, ये कोई बीमारी नहीं है. दैट itself says a lot of thing about it कि don't fear of it. It's a very natural aging process for a woman and we women are not new to this menstruation. menstruation, menstrual cycle, menopause, ये सब हमारे लाइफ का एक पार्ट एंड पार्सल रहना है. So when I say physiologically, what is menopause? Menopause is just a phase where the female reproductive hormones are naturally going on in a declining stage. Estrogen, progesterone, FSH, LH, ये सब decline हो रहे हैं because of the aging process, and now the ovaries will no longer produce eggs. So it's a pause for the ovaries. It's not a pause for anything else. It's a decline in the female hormones. Now technically, physiologically, this can happen anywhere in between the age of 45 to 55, but the system starts preparing itself for this period far beforehand, and that is the perimenopausal phase. Now during the perimenopausal phase, what happens, there are certain symptoms regarding the menstrual cycles which gives you a hint that okay, you are going towards the menopause. Your periods might get delayed, they become irregular, आपको एक cycle छोड़ के periods आ रहा है, they might become scanty, they might be more, they might be pretty turn out irregular, and gradually you come into a menopausal phase. For example, अगर किसी को menopause 48 years में आया है, and what is menopause? Like technically 12 consecutive months, in continuous 12 consecutive months, if a woman has not menstruated, that is a menopause. So example, if a menopause comes at 48 years, the perimenopausal phase can start quite beforehand, might be at the age of 42, 45 also. So that's a system that just takes you towards the menopause. So this was the physiology behind the menopause. So अगर हम बोल रहे हैं कि menopause कोई बीमारी नहीं है, कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, तो हम क्यों उसे एक सब्जेक्ट की तरह आज हम बात कर रहे हैं? Because what happens in some females, the whole process of menopause is quite easy, and it's quite in a very smoothened phase, and in fact the females will love it कि अरे हर महीने का वो झंझट, जो periods का झंझट है वो चला गया. So it happens quite smoothly, but in most of them it turns out to be pretty it comes with a whole baggage of a lot of symptoms, and to the contrast, this menopausal symptoms do not directly relate to the periods. So when I go through the symptoms, आपको और clearly समझेगा कि क्या ये symptoms है. तो इसमें most of the symptoms आप उसको relate ही नहीं कर पाओगे कि अरे अच्छा periods नहीं आने के वजह से भी ऐसे symptoms हो सकते हैं. So now let us come to the menstrual symptoms. And while I'll be discussing about the symptoms, I'll be talking about the cure also on the same aspect, so that we can know how to handle this symptom and how to handle this symptom. So menopause में पहले तो बहुत सारे emotional disturbances होते हैं. These are the main symptoms of menopause. कि it leads to a emotional vulnerability. Like we become quite emotionally insensitive. बात बात पे गुस्सा आना, चिड़चिड़ापन, इंटॉलरेंस, छोटी छोटी बातों पे रोना आ जाएगा, छोटी छोटी बातों पे गुस्सा आ जाएगा. And so all these things is pretty like you cannot relate all these symptoms directly to okay periods are not coming, तो ऐसा भी कुछ हो सकता है. And if this doesn't get a right platform to handle, it might aggravate to depression also. एक और चीज यहाँ पे होती है हॉट फ्लशेस करके, जहाँ पे उनके अचानक से बहुत गर्मी महसूस होने लगती है, हाथों में पसीना आने लगता है, मुंह पे पसीना आने, विल बी लिटरली वेट विद द स्वेट लाइक दैट, इट गिव्स यू सो मच ऑफ हॉट फ्लशेस, गर्मी बहुत लगती है. And the female is just literally wondering, we wonder like what all the hell is happening to me right now here, because you know, this menopause is exactly the middle age of a woman, and middle age is not a easy life for a woman. Already we are tackling with middle age responsibilities, family life, domestic life, financial, personal, professional, everything happens here. There are a lot of responsibilities to deal with, and on the same age if we go through this emotional crisis, it is pretty very difficult to handle it. तो ये जो इसके सिम्टम्स है, पहले तो ये समझना है कि ये मेनोपॉज से रिलेटेड सिम्टम्स है. तो अब इसको समझ लेना ही हाफ ऑफ द बैटल हमने वहाँ ही विन कर लिया, कि अगर आपने इसको समझ लिया कि ओके व्हाट एम आई डीलिंग थ्रू द पेरीमेनोपॉजल फेज, थ्रू द मेनोपॉजल एज, this emotional distress is because the hormones are declining, you have won half of the battle there only. And it is not that you alone win the battle, your family has to be your support system. Many patients, many females come and they are literally confused like what all is going here, and the family, whoever is accompanying them, the husband, the father, the बच्चे जो आ रहे हैं वो बोलते अरे क्या हो रहा है, या ऐसे क्यों बिहेव कर रही है. द फीमेल herself is like how why am I behaving like this. So it should be an acceptance for the female, for the family, that okay, she is now behaving, it is because of the hormones. So there's a very good medical proverb we give during for the females, that let us not blame ourselves, let us blame everything on the hormones. वैसे भी हम फीमेल्स बहुत ही हार्मोनली सेंसिटिव होती है, इमोशनल होते हैं हम, वो हमारा गॉड गिफ्ट है. एंड ड्यूरिंग द मेनोपॉज इट जस्ट ऑन अ पीक, so the men have to tolerate us during the menopause, they have to accept it, and that is the second battle won during the menopause. So अब ये तो hormones पे हमने blame कर दिया है, लेकिन finally इसको handle तो हमें ही करना है. So I literally love the word menopause in the medical term, whichever it is given, whoever is given has given it, because see here the word pause is rightly indicating a lot of things here. Pause is a pause for the ovaries, that means the ovaries are not longer going to produce eggs. Pause is for the woman herself. Okay, pause now, give yourself a pause, reflect on yourself, take time for yourself, prioritize yourself. Okay, you are aging, realize that, accept that thing and do now. जब आप इतने इमोशनल डिस्ट्रेस से गुजर रहे हो, इसमें से आपको ही बाहर आना है, तो आप पॉज लो, अपने आप को रिफ्लेक्ट करो, जो जो आपने नहीं किया है, जो भी चीजें आपको इमोशनल हैप्पीनेस दे रही है, खुशी दे रही है, ये राइट टाइम है उन चीजों को करने के लिए, उन हॉबीज को कल्टीवेट करने के लिए. जैसे अभी गौरी जी वाज सेइंग दैट इन 50 नाउ शी हैड अटेंडेड अ 2-day योगा थिंग एंड इट वाज क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट फॉर हर टू स्टार्ट इट एट द एज ऑफ और समथिंग न्यू एट द एज ऑफ 50. But yes, 50 menopause is the right age to start something new, so that you can handle that emotional distress and you can shut up those stupid hormones. Okay, so that's the right age to cultivate something new, some hobby that takes you away from this emotional distress. So that's the whole thing. You can join anything, any hobby, any dancing, any yoga, any Zumba, anything that gives you happiness and what you have not done over the ages. And दूसरा इसमें एक और होता है, there is lack of sexual desire, there is loss of libido, there is vaginal dryness. All these are part and parcel of this menopausal symptoms and has to be handled very again I will say that acceptance should be there, and that love and affection towards this everything should be there, and then gradually people can come out of all these things. Now coming out of this emotional distress and coming to other symptoms during the menopause is one is weight gain. Weight gain is a very classic feature of menopause. Otherwise also aging में menopause जैसे जैसे कोई भी भले एक मेल बॉडी हो या फीमेल बॉडी पैटर्न हो, when person age the metabolism declines. There is a basic decline in the metabolic rate. एंड जब हम मेनोपॉज की तरफ जा रहे हैं, जो फीमेल हार्मोन्स डिक्लाइन हो रहा है, एंड दैट इटसेल्फ डिक्लाइंस द मेटाबॉलिक रेट, वुमेन they themselves have a slow metabolic rate, all these things add on, and so menopause is a very sharp period for a sudden rise in weight gain. So that acceptance also should be there, that awareness has to become beforehand. Okay, when I am in my 35s, when I am in my 40s, उसी समय हमको realize हो जाना चाहिए कि अगर हमारा weight बढ़ा हुआ है तो this is the right time to manage my weight. Otherwise, once I step into menopause, this is going to go on a higher side. सो दैट वेट मैनेजमेंट का अवेयरनेस आपको बिफोर हैंड ही हो जाना चाहिए. कल हमने एक एक्सीलेंट सेशन लिया है, एक्सीलेंट टॉक हुआ है ओबेसिटी मैनेजमेंट के लिए. यू कैन टेक सम पॉइंट्स फ्रॉम देयर एंड like once एक basic thing है for managing your weight is a very basic thing that do not overeat and at the same time do not fast. So अगर ये दो सिंपल चीजें हम याद रखें कि अगर हम मील स्किप नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम प्रॉपर ब्रेकफास्ट ले रहे हैं, प्रॉपर लंच ले रहे हैं, प्रॉपर डिनर ले रहे हैं, हम कोई भी मील स्किप नहीं कर रहे हैं, और एट द सेम टाइम वी आर नॉट ओवर ईटिंग इन आवर एवरी मील, आवर एवरी मील इज बैलेंस, so weight can be pretty managed in its own. And at the same time, activity, physical activity, cardio activity, walking, just walking is an excellent activity. You don't need to do anything, don't need to go to fancy gyms and do something. Just simply do a very sustained walking for 30-35 minutes, and that helps a lot. So eat a lot of fiber rich food. Constipation is again a classic symptom of menopause. So fiber rich food, lot of fruits and vegetables in your diet. Another classic feature of menopause is sugar cravings. In fact, जब भी आप देखो कि हमारे सिस्टम में कोई भी हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस होता है, हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस या कोई भी स्ट्रेस. Now stress can be a good stress also, stress can be a bad stress also, positive stress, a negative stress. Like Gauri ji had been giving you our example again and again, like that yoga, joining a yoga she had been today is giving her a physical stress, but at the same time she is mentally rejuvenated. So stress, she is happy also at the same time. So that's a positive stress. And a negative stress, when someone is sad or going through some emotional crisis, whatever stress in the body, stress will almost every time lead to a sugar craving. आप कभी भी खुश भी हो तो आपको मीठा खाने का मन करेगा, आप सैड भी हो तो भी आपको मीठा खाने का मन करेगा. So during the menopausal phase, when so much of changes is going on in the body, there's a natural inclination towards sugar cravings, and it's on a rise. तो उसी में हमको, and that also leads to weight gain. So there we have to be very judicially, we have to understand that okay, I am craving for sugar, so what is the right sugar that I have to intake. So सबसे पहले तो white sugar, ये जो white चीजें होती है हमारे मील में, हमारे खाने पीने में, उनसे थोड़ा दूर ही रहना चाहिए. So white sugar is something which I'll advise that stop having white sugar totally. That's like a white poison. इसके बदले में अगर आप ऑर्गेनिक जैगरी है, केन शुगर है, दैट ऑल थिंग्स कैन बी ब्रॉट इन. दूसरा है वाइट फ्लावर, मैदा, रिफाइंड, प्रोसेस्ड, anything that is processed or anything that is too much of refined in its nature has to be avoided. तो इस शुगर क्रे नमक है, नमक को खाने में कम करना है. So anything which now how to handle the sugar cravings then? Okay, you can handle it with a lot of other things, like you can bring in dry fruits, like good dates are very good, anjees, figs, natural fruits which are having natural sugars. So you can handle the sugar cravings in this way, and the right time to eat simple sugars in the dry fruits and fruits is before evening. अगर इसके पहले आपने मिड मील्स के जैसे जो आपका ब्रंच है, जो इवनिंग मील है, जो स्नैक आइटम, स्नैक वाला टाइम है, अगर उस स्नैक आइटम्स स्नैक वाले टाइम पे अगर आपने शुगर क्रेविंग्स के इसमें थोड़ा सा कुछ खा लिया है, so that is okay, like you can have all those things, but at the same time you should refrain from having all these desserts, mithai, ice creams and all those things. So this was the part relating weight gain. The other classic symptom of menopause is osteoporosis. Once the estrogen declines, there is also a decline in the bone density, the calcium, the phosphorus, and also a decline in the muscle mass. So osteoporosis is a very classic symptom of menopause. So beforehand, we have to take care of it. Calcium rich food hai, milk products are good in calcium. At the same hand, ragi, nachni flour is very good in very good excellent source of calcium. Oranges are a very good source of calcium. Green leafy vegetables are a very good source of calcium. So this was regarding the calcium and phosphorus part. Experiment on some new food grain. That's the best part you can do at this menopausal age. Like millets are very good. Millets have a whole range of as a nutritionist, I can say, as a to everyone, like there is so much to explore for among in millets. They have a whole range of different type of proteins, so many of antioxidants. They have certain things which balances the hormones, and all the millets are wonderful. They just do wonderful jobs, be it nachni, be it kodo millet, be it proso, any millet, little millet, anything. So let us experiment on some other food grains also, apart from the staple जो हमारा एक कल्चर हो गया है कि wheat and rice. So let us come out of that culture and let us keep on experimenting on all different type of food grains here. The other thing is there are certain food which mimics estrogenic activity in the body. They are known as phytoestrogens. There are certain plant derived food which have the same functions like estrogen does in a female body. These food groups are known as phytoestrogens, and one food which tops the table in this is soya bean. So many of you must have heard also that soya bean is given in menopause, is given for a lot of female related issues, and in between there was a lot of hype regarding soya bean. जिसको देखो वो आटे में सोया बीन मिला रहा है, soya bean oil and what not in soya bean, everything there's a thing. So there are other phytoestrogenic foods like sesame seeds है, linseeds है, flax seeds है, उनमें भी रहता है. But there's a whole lot debate in our nutritional field, in our scientific field, and still soya bean is a subject of debate. It's a lot of debate, and still researches are going on that whether phytoestrogens can be taken on a regular basis and what is their impact. And it's a very diversified thing. Some people say that they are good for estrogenic activity. Some people that prolonged use, overuse of phytoestrogens may have negative impacts also. So to be on the safer side, have a minimal approach on this phytoestrogenic foods. Don't go just over the board and use too much of them. At the same time, have them in a very minimal to moderate इसमें आपको लेना चाहिए. Like stop adding soya bean atta everywhere in each flour. That's not good. After all, these are hormones, whether they are in the plant food or they are in the female food, in the female body. The hormones are hormones only. So have them in limitations. So this was about the phytoestrogen. One thing tackling in the modern medicine for menopausal symptoms is artificial hormone replacement therapy. So this is something which we should avoid when the symptoms just go beyond control, beyond the limit, when all this emotional distress are beyond the able of controlling. Many females go to this resort, and but we should try, and as far we should avoid this going to for this artificial hormonal replacement therapy. And instead of that, awareness, once you understand that this whole different section of the symptoms are related to menopause, and gradually if we accept them and one by one, step by step, if we try to overcome them, they will eventually go away. Once you set in that menopausal stage, everything will slowly go away. So that's an important realization we should have about this thing. Lot of food in the thing that claim that these are good for menopause. But for menopause, one thing is important: your self-awareness, your self-acceptance. And what I will conclude my thing is by saying that menopause is just pause for the ovaries. It's not a pause for us females. So you just keep rocking, keep running, and keep doing more your this thing. So,
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajni. I'm
thank
sure there are going to be questions. There are going to be questions. One of the most popular things I'd heard about menopause, I mean, to have during menopause or pre-menopause, is vitamin E, or primrose oil used to be very popular at some point of time. Do you recommend that vitamin E as a
Yeah, because see, anything you take during the menopause phase, it's a normal degeneration. It's a aging process. Okay, so vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E. These are all antioxidants. So any antioxidants in your body through the supplements like primrose oil or through the food groups which have such antioxidants is going to benefit you.
Okay. So open to questions from others. Anybody has any questions?
Hello, doctor.
Hello,
My name is Stuti.
hello Trupti.
Stuti.
Stuti, hello Stuti.
Yes. Hi. Thank you so much for the session, and I love the the stress that you've paid on accepting what your body is going through. So thank you for that. It's really wonderful. So just very quickly, I'm 43 years old right now,
Yeah.
and I had premenopausal symptoms when I was 38, nearing 39.
Okay.
I had erratic uh, periods. Like sometimes I would have periods twice in a month, and then there would be a gap of say 2 months, and I was going through exactly the same emotional upheavals that you were talking about, along with the physical symptoms of graying of hair and putting on weight.
Yeah.
And also it was a lot of stressful time for me because I was working in a corporate at that point of time.
Okay.
However, over a period, I recently quit my job because I was not very happy, and I have become like a full-time yoga instructor now. So
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of joy out of it. My question is that those symptoms have gradually, like especially the emotional and the physical symptoms, like the hot flashes and the
Yeah.
burning in the chest area, they have
Yeah.
gradually subsided. I don't feel that anymore.
Yeah.
And also, I had gone to a homeopathic doctor at that point of time, and she asked me to get some tests done, and the tests did not show that I was premenopausal. Like all my FSH and TSH and everything was like perfect. And I also went with that ultrasound of my ovaries and everything was just perfect. So they couldn't really find the reason why, although the doctor said, okay, these are all symptoms of premenopausal bit. Currently, I don't have very regular periods. Like they're at a gap of 40 days at times. At times they're regular also. But it's like, I would say that they're not regular. So I just want to understand that, will the premenopausal symptoms come back? The emotional upheaval and the, that burning sensation, the hot flashes, or is it something that I have said a goodbye to? Like, I want to understand that.
Until your menopause, you cannot say them goodbye. So, as I said, menopause is 12 continuous months of 12 consecutive months of not getting a period. Okay, so until you reach that phase where the whole year the cycles have not come, you are not truly into that menopausal phase. Okay, but this phase currently, what you are in your life today as a yoga instructor, there's no corporate stress there. So pretty your emotional, you are in an emotional balance state. So
Right.
anywhere where the hormonal imbalance strikes again, there might be that all the symptoms can reappear. There might be that the symptoms don't appear. And as far as your reports are showing, see, the doctors have two ways of diagnosing a thing. Like we depend on clinical diagnostic and we depend on lab diagnostic too. So even if the blood reports are not showing, but if the clinical symptoms are classic to the diagnosis, then that's a diagnosis.
Okay. And just quickly, one more question. How long is generally the period of from premenopausal to to an actual
To a menopause.
Yeah.
That is it cannot be commented. Like it can be like you have started your perimenopausal phase at 38 and your menopause can actually come at 50s also. That we don't know that.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, doctor. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
And do you think, just to add to this case, do you think that some of this premenopausal symptoms, elongated premenopausal period, could be because of stress? Do you think that that is a contributor?
Yes, of course, is a contributor. And अभी जो ये सिना पहले हमारे मेडिकल में ऐसे था कि 45 to 55 is the age of menopause. But now it will be surprising that females at as early as 40s are landing into this menopause, and the perimenopausal symptoms are starting as early as the age of 35. So yes, stress is of course a big factor in this, and plus the food which we are eating nowadays, like it's all pesticides laden food, and the whole the whole hormones is in an imbalanced state right from the birth, like everyone, like PCOD cases and every hormonal cases are on a rise nowadays. There are young children, young girls at age of 10, 11, 12, they are PCOD, they are of insulin resistance. So like pretty there's a havoc created in as far as hormones are there in a considered.
Hi, doctor. I'm Shailaja from Bangalore. So, joint pains and all are also the pre-menopause symptoms?
Not really, but not really actually, but there's a degeneration in the bones. So osteoporosis is a symptom of menopause, not really joint pains. There might be other inflammatory conditions lying to this.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay,
So
Dr.
yeah,
Vasu.
joint pains do sometimes happen, not joint pains, but pains definitely happen due to
pain is
osteoporosis. So
yeah.
So what I observed is the pains in the heel. I mean, many of my friends tell me that they have pain in the heels and all, and doctor told them that it is premenopausal stage.
See, any it's a joint is also of course a bone only, na? The way two bones meet. So
Yeah.
so that's a part of this, but actually if it's a very significant pain, so that is not really relatable to osteoporosis. Means the bone density goes down in menopause.
Okay, thank you so
and
much.
also I wanted to just add here, Dr. Rajni, that a lot of women start facing issues of vitamin D deficiency during this phase. You see the 40-45 plus women where they show aggravated symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. So a lot of the pains of typically happen because of this also is my suspicion. I mean,
Yeah, see
number of
nowadays vitamin D deficiency and vitamin B12 deficiency, that's become very common. It's not limited to menopause. होता क्या है कि हम मिडिल एज में जब रहते हैं हम ब्लड टेस्ट करवाते हैं जस्ट फॉर अ रूटीन चेकअप, एंड उस रूटीन चेकअप में फिर हमें मालूम पड़ता है अच्छा B12 कम है, D3 कम है. बट आज अगर आप एक छोटे बच्चे को भी कराओगे, एक 15 साल के बच्चे को भी कराओगे, उसमें भी B12 D3 कम आएगा. मतलब 10 में से 8 लोगों को B12 और D3 कम आने वाला ही. एंड अगेन वी आर लिविंग अ लाइफस्टाइल वेयर वी आर नॉट इन द सनलाइट. हम सुबह का सूरज हमने देखा नहीं है, तो and we are in our closed cabins, in our AC cabins. So and that's also a reason for all this. See, everything is related. This osteoporosis, this joint pain, this inflammation, it's everything is related. This B12 deficiency, so there's a malabsorption, then D3 कम है, cholesterol ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. So everything is one by one, everything you can relate.
Yeah, absolutely. There was somebody asking another question. I think I interrupted.
Yeah, Gauri, Vasu here. I wanted to know, if endometrial wall thickening and fibroids, will they subside during menopause? Or, I heard like there is a growth happening in my uterus. They call it as a fibroid. And then they say this can naturally subside, during menopause or something. Will that happen?
Yeah, that happens because once the hormones are in everything, see this endometrial thickening, the fibroids are a result of imbalance in the hormones. So it depends on the age. If you are in a perimenopausal age, if you are nearing your menopause, so when the hormones decline, when there's a natural decline, all these things, all this imbalance will also go, and the thickening and the fibroid will also start regressing. But if the same female is in a young stage, she has not even landed in a perimenopausal phase, so their action has to be taken.
And is endometrial wall thickening of 17 mm is considered really high?
I think that's a comment to be given by a gynec, but yes, to my knowledge, it is high.
Oh, okay.
So it has.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions? I think Olive had a question. Olive, I don't know whether your audio is working or not. I think you've put something in the chat box. Um, should I open the chat box? Anybody else has a question in the meantime?
Can you suggest some foods which will help us control these emotions or hot flushes?
Emotions, like, you have to handle it with your self-will, and the more you balance your meals, see, if your meals are balanced, if you are having proper meals, non-refined meals, unprocessed food, automatically the body starts feeling, the system starts feeling happy, and if the physical body is happy, it will reflect on your mental state too. So if a person, if someone is having constipation, and but so if that constipation is cleared, if someone is having gastric trouble, so if all these issues are sorted out, it gives happiness to the mental state also. So आप उसको उल्टे रास्ते से handle कर रहे हो ऐसे. So have a balanced meal, avoid all the processed food, avoid junk food, avoid the white sugars. So that happens to tackle the emotional distress too.
Yeah, that is definitely one way. And I guess things like yoga, pranayam, that's a very important part to be, taken up for women in this age. What about hot flushes? Is there any, are there any medical, natural remedies for hot flushes?
Hot flushes, like natural remedies may, it's like have your surroundings cooler, like on a AC or this thing, have light clothes, hydrate, keep yourself hydrated, well hydrated. So drink enough, good enough of water, keep yourself hydrated. So that solves the thing.
Okay.
So what is that precaution that we need to take in terms of vitamins and vitamin deficiencies that's going to happen in menopause? Should we take an vitamin or something like that to avoid these?
I don't think she mentioned that there's vitamin deficiency during menopause. Yeah, the vitamin deficiency is generally there. We typically realize it during this phase of our life, I think, isn't it? Because
yes.
Yeah, that's basically what I think she was trying to say. Olive wanted to say something, but I don't think her. Can somebody just check the chat box? There is her. I'm not being able to go to the chat box for some reason. Yeah, can somebody read the chat box on my behalf? And just see, I think there's a message from Olive, and I think she has a audio problem. Shelja?
Yeah, I'm reading.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading. It's unmarried relative going through menopause and fibroid detected. Very uncomfortable hysterectomy recommended. How to avoid surgery?
Again, that is not my subject to comment. The thing goes to a gynec, so it's better I don't comment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, doctor, one last question that I have. So for the past 3-4 months, I started having very heavy bleeding. Heavy bleeding. So I don't know the cause, but it's like my BP is down completely. I'm almost like very sick. So
Hello?
Sorry, any particular test or anything that I need to get it done? I don't know. I'm very sick for almost 3 days.
What's your age?
39.
And this is the first time you got a heavy bleeding?
My blood pressure being low is for the first time I got it. From the past 3 months it is happening.
Did you go for a sonography, pelvic sonography?
No, I didn't go. I am just scared to go. That is why I didn't go anywhere to the gynec or anywhere.
No. Do take care of yourself and visit a gynec, get a sonography done. And because if you're bleeding so much, you might get anemia, and this BP can also go down because of that. Because you have to really care for yourself. Have iron-rich food. Have dates and rice kanji works good in heavy bleeding. So when you are bleeding heavily, rice kanji का पानी जो होता है वो अच्छा काम करता है. Have dadam, pomegranate juice, have beetroot, carrots and all things.
But is it
so this could be a possible PCOS issue?
I have
Oh.
PCOD, but so 5 years back when I rescanned it, there was no PCOD.
PCOD is see, you have to rule out what is the cause of this heavy bleeding.
Okay.
So that will reflect from your pelvic sonography. It will show again the endometrial thickening will come into this picture. So that will decide why you are bleeding so much.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hello, doctor.
Hello.
I have one last question.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is Samta. I wanted to ask, is there any additional side effect when menopause is caused by insertion of Mirena?
Just a moment. So this question was about how do men, husbands, look at this? How do they deal with what is happening with their wives during this phase? I think Puneet has asked this question. So in a way, you have answered it already, but you might want to. And it's a very good question to ask because I think men need to really understand and become
Yes.
equally aware, if not more aware, about their wives' conditions. Yeah.
See, as I said earlier, this menopause, if you go through the word, it itself says men-o-pause. It's not a women-o-pause. It's a men who have to pause and who have to think. So there's a whole lot of responsibilities coming on the male members of the family also to accept the female member. So that acceptance and that realization, that awareness and a supportive factor will help you to deal with the problems.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think especially when emotional upheaval is happening with women, and suddenly they realize that the behavior of their wives have changed. That's the time then they have to understand. Oh, this is probably the reason why this is happening to them.
Yeah. Hello.
It was I mean I would get irritated at a lot of things, and it just came and it went away. I mean, so it never lasted. So I guess it was a hormonal change. So you have to just sometimes just be patient with yourself and
Yes.
become aware that this may just come and go with time. Was there any other question, or can we wind this up, this session?
There's one
Hello?
on the chat, I think. There's a question on the chat.
Shalja,
Hello?
can you read it? Yeah.
Yes. The question says, are there any additional side effects caused when menopause is caused early due to insertion of Mirena?
Oh. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Could you hear the question?
Go once again.
Okay, the question is, are there any additional side effects caused when menopause is caused early due to the insertion of Mirena? Somebody has asked this question on the chat.
Not really, but it depends like how much hormonal imbalance that particular has created in the system. So it all depends on that.
So there could be side effects also.
That could be.
Yeah, there could be, but not always.
Not all.
That's any other questions, or should we wind this up? And we have Aarti coming. Rajni is in the group, so please feel free to ask her questions if you have any further questions on the group. We've been having chats with all our speakers, so just feel free if you get to. There's something else which pops up which has not been covered during the session. In the meantime, I have the honor, privilege, pleasure to invite Aarti Deshpande Degroka. Aarti, are you there? Aarti, can you
Yes. Hello.
Okay, wonderful. Yes.
Hello.
So Aarti, yes, I can hear you, Aarti. Aarti is this very, very dynamic lady from Maharashtra who has actually been working relentlessly with a very large number of farmers in the poorer parts of Maharashtra, Aurangabad, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yes.
they have created a farmer producer organization. So FPOs is a very popular term nowadays used for bringing farmers together so they can be more effective in selling their products at better incomes than they ever did earlier. And Aarti has managed to do this very, very effectively. She's also an award winner. I'm sure she's won more than one award, and there's been a very recent award she's won for her exemplary work in this area and bring market linkages for farmers, very important in agriculture today. She has been, why she's special to us is because she's been doing this in the area of organic foods. So while there are FPOs right across agriculture sector, there are very few organic FPOs, and to manage organic FPOs, bring them together and get the best foods, chemical free foods in an organized manner to the markets is not an easy task at all. So Aarti's been doing it now for quite a few years, and I have the privilege of having her here. She has a wonderful range of products. I hope she showcases them. Aarti, over to you.
Thank you, Gauriji. Hello, everyone. I'm Aarti Deshpande Dugrekar from Aurangabad, Maharashtra. And Sanat Foods is my firm, actually. I'm an agripreneur, and I'm attached with nearly 9,000 farmers who are practicing organic farming. I'm also attached with an NGO named Sarg Vikas Samiti, which trains farmers for this organic farming. They follow biodynamic farming system, and all these 9,000 farmers are trying to produce toxin-free food for all of us. So, and we are also in preserving and reviving native seeds. So we are promoting farmers to produce more and more native varieties of grains, vegetables, and fruits. One such native grain is khapli wheat, which we focused more. I can showcase you it here also. There are a number of benefits of eating, khapli wheat, wheat roti, or any other dish of khapli wheat. It is very low in carbs, high in fibers, glycemic index is low, and it is ideal for diabetic people and people suffering from obesity. That's what a nutritionist told me. So, we have tried to develop a monthly organic grocery package for the families. So, this package contains a balance of nutrition for whole family. So we have added some of the items which are which were actually very much part of our diet, but nowadays it is forgotten. For example, hand pound rice, then red poha, then rock salt. Few minutes back, doctor told there are so many white things we should avoid from our diet. That is white sugar we should avoid. So we have added jaggery, and it also comes in in powder form, so that you can replace it very comfortably. And then meaty seeds, ragi and other millets. Then most importantly, cold press cooking oil. We have added this in the package. And if a family has all these items in their day-to-day meal, they are definitely heading towards living without medicine. That's what we feel, actually. And I would like to show you some of the products.
Aarti, we cannot see you on a video for some reason. Do you have two accounts working? Yeah, I was just observing that there's only a picture of you which is visible, but no video.
Oh.
Can you just put your video on? Yeah. Just switch on your video.
Am I visible now? No.
No, it's only your picture.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
Just press on your
start video, and yeah, I have done that 2-3 times. It's not
and
coming
just,
actually.
Your video is not coming. Yeah, I was just wondering why it's not. Okay, so I wanted to see some of your products. I mean, one of my favorite products of yours is the Jowar Pops. They're just too good. They're completely amazing. I mean, to be able to have Jowar in such a tasty manner
Yes.
I'll never forget that. And I was just wondering why didn't I carry so many packets? This was at the Nagpur. I met Aarti at the Nagpur Seed Festival last time. I'd visited Nagpur just especially for the Seed Festival, and she had this packets of Jawar Pops, and I remember tasting it, and it's one of the tastiest things I remember having. And that was wonderful. So,
Gauriji just mentioned my award actually. The award was for this package actually. So
oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
And do you retail this? Do you retail this, Aarti?
Yes, yes.
This is retailed, okay. So you all also sell in bulk as well as retail. Is it you do both of
Retail,
them?
yes.
And which
Yes.
parts of India do you retail to? I mean, are you being able to send it? Yeah.
Right now I'm operating from Aurangabad and Pune.
Okay.
And most likely I will be operating from Mumbai also. I'm just looking for someone who will operate for me from Mumbai. So
Sure. I'm
very
sure
soon I'll be
there's
operating
you
from there also.
must check out with Priya and quite a few of our people who are in Mumbai. They'll be very happy to
Yes.
sell your wonderful products. I've seen all of them and I think they are excellent. And I hope you can also courier some of them to other parts of India. We have so
I
many
do.
members who would love to buy them. You do that?
I do send it by courier to Delhi, even to Chandigarh also.
Oh, is it? Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So we
And
get
in
access to
South
some
in
of these.
Bangalore and Hyderabad also.
Excellent, wonderful. So you said hand pound rice, jaggery, red poha. Then you said ragi,
Kapli
cold
wheat,
pressed oils, kapli. Okay,
kapli wheat. Actually, we have all range of grocery. Whatever we need in our kitchen, we have tried to get it together in the
so
package.
spices and dals also you have them.
Yes, dals, all unpolished dals and with skin dals, whichever we can eat with skins.
Wonderful,
All these are added in the package.
fantastic. So you're going to have one customer from me for sure.
Thank you.
As me, yeah. So that's wonderful. So any other I think we are almost closing time. It's 9 o'clock. Any last questions to Aarti or to Dr. Rajni? I can take one last question if there's any question or comment. Any comments? Okay, so we are done. It's 9 now, and thank you very, very much, Dr. Rajni. That was a wonderful session, very quickly done. We covered all grounds, made so many things clearer for us. And Aarti also, wishing you all the very best. You're doing amazing work, and we uh, we want to promote women like you who are doing this kind of work on the ground, connecting farmers to consumers directly, and who are very conscious agripreneurs, who believe in giving the right thing to people, not because you see the monetary benefit in it, but because you know that it makes a difference to their lives
Yes.
and to their to the whole concept of healthy living. Thank you. Good night. It's a little exhausting day for me. I hope I'm going to be fresher tomorrow.
Thank you
So
very much.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you for everybody for being here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you, doctors. Thank you, Aarti.
Thank you.
Close the meeting.